All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our generative AI course. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, tonight we were going over more of the advanced function calling procedure. So let's pick up where we left off. So, what is the actual use of function callings? I think we did this yesterday, that part there. Let me move down a little bit. We did see the response and all that. So this is the question we're asking our LLM model. The question we want a response to, but our model will not be able to answer this question. We did that too, where we couldn't get the information, the update information, because it's not trained past September 2021. So we did all that. We moved down a little bit, and then we see exactly where we are. Now that we have our function defined, we will define our prompt. This is the prompt we would define. User prompt equals when is the next flight from Amsterdam to NYC. After our prompt, we will copy and paste the response again. And it would be like this: response equals client.chat completions. Just a regular response that we've been using. And here we will change the content from when's the next flight from Amsterdam to New York to user prompt. And I'll show you that when we get over to the notebook how we changed it. Next, we will add function equal function description and function call equals auto inside our response inside our notebook. We're going to see line 461 to see exactly where we got the function description from. So let me show you 461 really quickly. So you can see this is where we got our function descriptions when we say functions equal function description. So that's where we got that from. Where was it at? Yep. And it's supposed to be functions descriptions. It was an S on that one, so you have to keep everything uniform for it to run properly. So yeah, that's what we did. Really. We just took a bunch of notes on how we could actually get this going and getting the information we need, creating our functions, creating our prompts, and let's go over to the notebook and have a look over here so you can see what we did tonight. You are going to see a lot of errors. Like I said, I'm not actually running anything right now that we can't run because of course we are connected to the open AI, but we don't have our actually subscription. So we're just initializing what we can, and then the things that we try to initialize that we don't have access to, you see we get back errors for them. So we're gonna go over everything step by step so I can show you. So this is how we got the regular response here. Here's the function description from last night. Then we have our user prompt when is the next flight from Amsterdam to NYC, like I showed you. Then we have the new response that we upgraded here. Have role is still the user, content is user prompt. Then you see our functions equal functions description. That would have been wrong because it wasn't the same. So we get and do that again. So yeah, why didn't it go through this time? Or did it go through? Yeah, it did go through. It did get initialized. See, there's no error there. So functions equals function description, function call equals auto, then response to equals choices dot message. That's how we're going to get the information back. Then let me see. I tried to run that, but we don't have a response to choices because if we ran response to choices, it would actually try to reach out to the API and actually get the information from the API, which we don't have access to. So that's why I brought back an error. So yeah, and then after we do the response choices, we're going to add a dot function call dot arguments at the end. This way we can get back both the arguments that are inside our function, and those arguments are going to be the location origin and the location destination. Then we're going to do a return JSON.dumps flight information. And then we're going to pass in our parameters, or we're going to assign it a variable of param. Param equals JSON.loads response to choices message. And that's going to be the parameters that we're actually assigning that variable to. It's going to be the location origin and the location destination. And you can see I tried to run it just to run it, and we got back an error because response to is not defined. Again, it's not defined because we don't have access to the API. So if you try to click on it, it's not going to bring anything back from the API, so it's not getting initialized. Yeah, so then we imported JSON over. As you can see, I had to bring it back down because if a line is broken, you don't see any numbers in these squares here. That means it's not connected to the rest of the code. So even if we imported JSON up above, it doesn't count down here because the line is broken. So I just did it again just to bring it over. And you can see our origin equals JSON.loads, response to choices, function call dot get location, destination. We did the same thing, and again, so on and so forth. Like I said, I don't want to confuse you with too much jumbling and going on. Like I said, I know we're going back and forth a lot, but we're not actually calling the API as of now because we're not inside of the open source model yet. So, like I said, I'm just taking notes and following along and make sure I'm doing everything properly. So when we do get inside that open source model, we know exactly what to do. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.